Hey guys, my name is Simpzy and welcome back to some more Total War Attila. We are playing as the Western Roman Empire, of course. So guys, let's get into the campaign. So we got some more interesting developments. We've had a lot of wars declared on us in the past couple of turns. Obviously, the Huns were the majority, but we've been attacked by the Burgundians. So we're at war with the Burgundians, the Danish separatists, the Jutes and the Geats. I have set a co-war target, so hopefully the British and the Abdanians push over and help us there. But we'll soon see if we push or not. The Huns here, we did destroy one of their armies. I'm sure Attila would hate that. It's actually a trait. Dislikes the Western Roman Empire. So in today's episode, we're going to be taking Constantia. My army here, which I foolishly pushed north. I didn't actually realise that it wasn't the spy. But what we're going to do first thing here is we're going to push this army back to Illyria. And I didn't even see that. There's a full Hun army there. And, yes, it's the army we fought before. It fled south. And as you see here, it's got mercenaries. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my spy down. And we're hopefully going to try hinder this army. Actually, I'll make the decision once I get down there. But I want you to get there quickly as possible. Yeah, I shot right past them. I didn't even see it. Oh, well, this army's pushing to the north. I think I'm going to keep it here, just to kind of keep this in check, because we are at war with the Burgundians now. I'm half tempted to push there, because we can push over there quite quickly. And then they'll be out instead of going by ships. Speaking of ships, we currently have the heir to the throne, Grat. In 4 turns, we're going to be having some more equipment. Now, guys, let's have a look at the family tree. I find this incredibly funny. Grat, father like son, has had a bastard daughter. Obviously, the emperor had a bastard daughter, so that's really quite interesting. Flavius Stilicho's son, obviously in the last episode, married. So hopefully we can get his line going on, and she'll be able to marry soon. Haven't decided who I'm going to marry her to. Obviously, she has a minus 20% chance of having children, so maybe I'm better off. Yeah, I don't know. Waiting. Right. What else can we do now? I want to have him the command of an army. How old are my generals commanding? Because we have Flavius here, and the other guy is Sextus. So he's 60. How old is Sextus? He's 50. And then there's this old chap here, 57. Okay. So I would like to slowly start putting the family tree in there. But first things first, we're going to retake Constantia and take it away from the African separatists. We're probably going to get an option to subjugate it. We lop their heads off. No, we're not. Okay, that's interesting. Well, we're going to occupy Constantia. My Imperium is terrifying, which I find is quite funny. We're going to, I would say repair, but we are so damn close of getting that new technology. I think I'm going to wait, because we also need to repair here. So I'm just going to wait for the moment. Right, we still are out of wage from the Illyrians. I think the climate change is happening, because you can see the fog in the north. It's just absolutely hammering down at the moment. Alright, should we push north? That's what I'm thinking. Should we push these 2 legions north? They still have a fairly big army here. Alabu has not a very big army. Harfen doesn't have a very big army. Right, you got to risk it for the biscuit. They have a full stack. Fine. We're going to pull this other full stack up then to help. Oh, Danish separatists are in the way. Looks like we have our battle in today's episode, guys. They're fucking running. Right. Why do we outnumber them so much? What's in their army? 3 lots of pikemen, 3 lots of naughty men. Yeah, we outnumber them. So, and for some reason we have crazy advantage. So what we're going to do is we're going to auto resolve, because we're probably going to have a settlement siege in the minute. So we'll take on warriors. We lost just under 300, and we should be in range to rally up if either of us get attacked. What we're going to do is, we're not going to subjugate any of them. We're going to sack, and then we're going to raise. So hopefully we get a little bit more money. So with those developments, we're going to quickly chuck a save before we end the turn. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. We can still sign a provincial governor. Oh, because we've gone up in Imperium. Nice. Okay. Okay. Right. Firstly, before I even think about that, let's have a look at public order. Where is public order going good and not? So public order is okay in Spain. In Africa, it's kind of bad, but yeah, I'm not too fussed about Africa. 84 here. Yeah, we're going to put a governor in the north of France. There. Right. Boom. And what we're going to put here is we're going to go with bread and games. I think that's probably the best bet for us. Alright, let's end the turn. Let's hope that the Huns don't attack that army. If they attack my son, it will probably be better for me. The Sassanid Empire is still a massive concern, and their vassals. So is Dacia. Dacia could be a pretty big worry. They could attack Salonia quite quickly. Right, okay, we've been pushed over here, and we've been attacked by the Burgundians. I'm going to auto-resolve, we can't win it. We do have armies nearby. Let's just hope they don't raise it. I'll be so angry if they do. Colonia, no, they just sacked it. It's the army that was there. What? Why would you even bother doing that? You're going to lose your settlements. And I'm quite positive that their settlements are, well, more value to them than they are to me. Right, what's going on here? We have a battle, and we're going to auto-resolve it, because we're probably going to fight a battle in the north. If we played every one of these small skirmishes against fucking separatists and rebels, we'd be here all day. So I do apologise. So, sacked, killed, faction destroyed African separatists. Right, someone died. Illegitimate birth. Who was the father? Okay, peace treaties have happened with Asia and the Roman separatists. Path blocked. Whose son was it? The princess had another bastard daughter. We need to get this guy married off, quick fast. He said 2 bastard daughters. For God's sake. He hasn't had a son yet. He's 17, Brutus Scipio. He's getting along fine with the British. I do want to save when they have a birth, just in case the game crashes for, I don't know, some random reason. Right, we'll get rid of these Illyrians. And then we'll push over here now, take on the warriors. We will lose units, so I want to get back to Salonia as quickly as possible. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to move my spy down, and we're going to... Could assassinate, he's only 1-star commander. Could hinder, gather intelligence, misdirect. I'd rather do a misdirect. Oh, shit! Oh! Well, it's successful. I didn't realise there's 2 stacks. Oh, that could be a problem, couldn't it? Right, okay, we're finished with the Africans down here now. We can double time over. Get back up. Why on God's earth did you go that way? Pathfinding, brilliant. Right, push these guys back over and across. How are we going with the Gamantians? We're actually improving, which is brilliant. How about for Britain? Degrading. Abdanians, improving. Right, okay, let's have a look in the north here. We'll take the settlement.
Laying siege to the settlement.
Clear victory. We're going to sack, firstly. We'll sack again just to get some more experience. And now we're going to raise it to the ground. Boom! Nuclear effects. Right, okay. We're losing attrition. So I probably want to try send them back if we can. So there's their other army. They're going to be losing attrition as well. Can we double time it over to our lands? No, they're going to suffer pretty heavily attrition here. And I'm not going to go into a forced march because it doesn't give me that much of a movement range. We're going to have to deal with these guys in the next turn, hopefully. How far are my ships away? 3 turns before we have a decent fleet on our hands. Okay, from that sacking, I just realised that we have enough money to unlock this technology. So we have that 1,000. What it's instantly going to do is it's going to go straight into repairing the buildings here. Right, whew, that was a mouthful. Let's end the turn. 10 minutes of just campaign map. Hopefully we can have a battle in today's episode. I would have thought we would have had one in the north, but then they double back. We're probably going to have one against the Huns. They're probably going to besiege me in a minute. They do have giant onagers, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Okay. I didn't imagine this would be the battle. It's only a garrison, that's what we're commanding. So there's no point. If I had a full stack, that would have been a really cool battle. But the Huns have attacked the Rugians, and we're most definitely going to... Actually, I'm actually going to decline this. I don't care about the Rugians. I don't want to lose any of my men. Nor do I... They're probably going to declare war on me, so I want as many of them dead as possible. We're going to decline the attack. They've won. They destroyed that full stack of Huns for me. Oh, shit. God fucking damn it. Right, okay, your ally is under attack and calls for your help. Axiom and the Gamantians. This is interesting because they've gone down and up. I'm going to have to enter war on allies' side. Axiom, if you guys can remember, the 5th strongest faction or something. They're still pretty strong. They hold most of Egypt. I guess I could push over and take some of their lands if I really wanted to. But I'm going to have to enter war on allies' side. Probably not going to commit that many forces, to be quite frank. And honest, I guess. But... being attacked here at Tingis. Auto-resolve against these Hellenistic rebels. Hopefully we haven't lost too much attrition. Winter attrition in the north. I'll be pissed off if we do. We've lost Tingis. Faction destroyed Roxolanians. Alright. What else have we got here? We have these forces now. I can't remember, like, -5 upkeep. -30 upkeep. Yeah. We'll go into continuing that. Plus wealth from industrial buildings. Minus construction. Yeah, after we've gone with that big kahuna, I don't think we really need to put that much into military. So, from what I can remember, okay, the Abdanians look like they might be pushing against the Jutes. There was an upgrade we could get, so we can retrain his specific unit. Right, what else can we retrain here? We can retrain the general units and the spearmen. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we got decent spearmen. I can't remember what exactly it did. We also get better auxiliary units in our javelin men. And my unit gets upgraded. Do they get upgraded to cavalry? Yes, they do. Oh, that is awesome. My general units now get upgraded to cavalry. Right, firstly, we're going to push this army here. Because if the Huns do attack, man, we have them on the back foot. The Huns are not doing well here. I might go with an assassinate. Oh, we don't have enough money. Hold that. I think the Rugians are helping us quite well. I'm not going to push on that Huns army. If the Rugians do, so be it. Right, this army needs to... What does it need to do? I do need to repair as best we can. We need to dismantle these things as well. Right, we need to double time it. This was heading to... over to help against the Huns. I think I'm going to push it over here. That upgrade has hit our economy pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. Upgrading those units. Right. However, we need to continue to push against our enemy. 2 more turns. We're going to have naval superiority over Britain here. I'm trying to find out where the enemy are. We're going to stay in fertile lands so we don't lose attrition. So if we can fall around... Oh no, we can go here and still not lose attrition. My armies are still pretty capable. We're going to be pushing against the Danish separatists probably in today's episode. How are we going for time? 15 minutes. Oh, it's not too bad. We'll definitely have a battle in today's episode. I'm just keeping an eye. The Geats definitely have superiority. Saving only takes a second. It's better to be safe and save than not, I guess. Okay, so we have some abilities here now. I don't even know what to drop it into. I guess go into... Yeah, we want to obviously try to get this, so we get the charge bonus. Public order doesn't really affect me, neither does authority and army integrity. So we'll just basically push our money into... Now, a skill point, sorry, into there. Right, let's have a look here. He's a governor, so we want to go into public order and minus corruption. But to get onto that path, we have to go plus the two things. So a lot of micromanaging in this campaign. I don't know. I really prefer that. I really prefer this type of stuff. The battles are fun, of course. That's their main selling point. They're real-time tactical battles. I fucking love it. That's why I play Total War as well. But I really love the strategy of this, and we're doing well. I didn't actually check what year it is, because we're going to be getting pretty close to our military objectives. But we still don't have Liguria. That could be a problem. Right, we've been attacked here. We're having some trouble against these Hispanic rebels. They took Tingis and now they're pushing into southern Iberia. Maybe I need to send that army from Syracuse over to help, because now, yeah, they're starting to create a pretty big problem here. Right, the Sassanid Empire at war with Asia. Right, we have some matters of state here in a minute. Right, yeah, I've changed my mind. We're going to double time this back over here. Kind of a waste of movement, but hey, right, we're going to go with... Plus 50 from husbandry fertility, plus 60. Well, the thing is, Africa has crazy fertility, so we're going to go with a sheep flock, and then we'll go with wheat fields. We also do need to reclaim that as well. So we'll double time over here. Right, we have a mission. What do we got here? A promising young gladiator who is expected to make a name for himself is up against a tough opponent. Care to place a bet? 500 talents should be sufficed. Bet on the gladiator, bet against the gladiator, ignore the issue. I'm going to bet against the gladiator. I feel like he's a little bit naive. Right, okay. Their army's pushed down to the south. They've flanked us, which isn't good. We're going to hold here, because I don't know where the Huns have gone. They've kind of disappeared a little bit. My army's pushing over here to deal with those rebels that have cropped up. We can upgrade this guy's general bodyguard. Might be a waste, because he is kind of old. Right, the Abdanians are pushing up here now, which is fantastic for me. Hopefully we can attack them. One more turn before my fleet is ready. So who should I send south? This army's obviously the best. This army can head south to deal with them, because we're going to be in trouble if we don't deal with them. Right, can we besiege this settlement? Yes, where the fuck are they though?
None will escape.
I really thought we would have been playing them in today's episode. Right, we're going to sack. We already have experience with the general and with the army, so there's no point of sacking again, and we'll raise. Boom. Boom chakalaka. What was that off? The Dukes of Hazzard, when they're shooting bottles of moonshine with a crossbow. Right, okay, the Geats have intervened here. But it looks like the Burgundians and the Danish separatists have left their lands wide open. Luckily for me, the one full stack of Huns has been destroyed. We won a battle against the full stack, so they're being pushed back quite heavily. Ruggen and Hafen looks quite undefended. We've sent my army back to deal with them, and then we'll push my fleet north to hopefully deal with the Geats 2 full stacks. 20 minutes in, still no battle. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't have one now. We'll see, we'll see. Right, okay, arrange and manage their demands. They're going to pay 1,000 for our bastard princess. Who will he be marrying? A governor. I might accept. Do you have anyone to offer me? I have a lot of them, so no. I need a general, I need a wife for... Oh, fuck, this is turning into a pretty big problem down in Iberia. The thing is, you need to quell rebels as quickly as possible. As you can see here, we had a rebel in Tingis. Now, they've taken one settlement, they've occupied it for themselves, and they've sacked 2. 1,000 for the value of plunder. Okay, some you win, some you lose. This time the young gladiator loses, so we get... Okay, right. The consequences aren't clear. The Huns and the Rugians have made a peace treaty. That is not good for me. Alright. Infertile. Right. He's fucking old as shit anyway, so I didn't really plan on marrying him into my line. Right, okay. My navy is complete. First things first, we're going to push up with the Abdanians. Right, how are we going down here? The Huns are... Well, I can't see the Huns. That's the thing that worries me. Right, we're still double timing over here because we do need to deal with this problem because they've got a pretty big army now at Tingis. Right, faction-wise, let's have a look at what we're working with here. We still can't marry him off his... gravitas, if you might will, hasn't popped up, but however, he still has 2 bastard daughters, which isn't the best. Okay, she's not of age yet. She is. We do need to marry her off at some stage. Who to? I don't know. Okay. Well, I think if we don't have a battle pushing across here, I might attack that Rugian army. So what's the garrison look like here? Rugian's defenseless as well.
Let them cower before Rome!
Sack.
Ready for battle.
And then we're going to take it.
Besieging settlements.
Boom. We will make this world burn. Right, I want you to push across because I do know that the Burgundians have more settlements. I would imagine they would further over this way. Let's have a look at the Burgundians. Oh no, they have a settlement here. Just south. We're going to have to be pretty wary, however, of attrition. So, I think that's really all we can do this turn. We're only making 40 per turn for the next. We're going to save that 6,000 then. I changed my mind. We're going to convert this building. Because we have a pretty... What do we got here? Marble. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade that because it'll decrease the public order. Speaking of public order, let's just have a quick look at how it's going at the moment. Wow, it is shot up spectacularly. It's doing really quite well. That's really good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, let's do a save and let's have a battle against the Burgundians. We can finally have a battle in today's episode. Hopefully they don't retreat. If they do, I might end it. We'll see.
At your command.
Nope, they didn't. Let's fight this one on the field then. So they do have quite a lot of Germanic spearmen, 2 lots of pikemen, 2 lots of axemen, 1 lot of crossbowmen, and 3 lots of slingers and 1 lot of onagers. The majority of my army comes up with legos. We have spearmen to contact. Oh, they don't have any cavalry. Okay, but we have some mercenary cavalry. We have our own onagers and our own scorpions. So this battle should be good. This has been a hell of an episode, guys. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Having loads of fun. Hopefully you can tell by the enthusiasm of my voice, I'm really loving this Western Roman Empire campaign. It's doing really well. So let's keep it up. Right. Fog again. Piss. Fog. We're going to have to go with the fog. Right. Not the best, but what are you going to do, I guess? Right, these guys can stay up here. By the looks of it, we're kind of on a slanted hill. None of us have the high ground, really. There's no incredible peak where I can put these cavalry. It looks like even, these artillery. It looks like it even goes further down that way. Alright, I'm going to put my spearmen on the flanks. Alright, cavalry can flank. We're going to get them to deal with their own artillery. I don't know if we can put all my cavalry over here. No, only the skirmish cavalry. They don't have any cavalry. So we have the high ground and there's a lot more trees over here, so we'll deploy them there. Right, let's start the battle now, shall we? Onagers, I want to hit their own onagers. Looks like they're pushing up against me. I'm going to get my scorpions to hold, because the last couple of times they just haven't been in range and they've just lost a tremendous amount of casualties. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to push up. That was pretty well accurate for a guess there. Get the cavalry here to, I don't want to be too far away, but flank there. Right, spearmen, we'll move you guys here. And my general can push here as well. We'll go with a shot arrow ourselves. God damn it, that's gonna hit, but I want to be using fire. That is bang. What? I thought that would have been bang on. Right. I want my skirmishers to go with skirmish mode. I'm gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna be able to surprise attack the general though. Right, scorpions. I don't know if they're gonna be in range. Oh. That is coming so close to my allies, it's going to be not worth it. Right, onagers continue to fire. I think it's time to send my surprise cavalry over there now to deal with their general. I might get a couple of shots off here though. That's going to go between them. But these guys seem to be charging. God knows why they're doing that. We'll get one more shot off. I'm pretty bad at this. That's going to go for... That was pretty damn close. Alright. These guys are coming in now. These guys are going to absolutely rinse their general's bodyguard. There's 100 before we even got there. We're going to get a charge against those mercenary onagers. I'm going to go with a precision shot as well. So we'll go hold. Hit the precision shot. Fire. They had 100 before the first initial volley. I don't think the first initial volley has happened yet, honestly. Probably not doing as well as I thought. I thought these guys would be getting rinsed. Why the fuck are you charging? They're on skirmish. Right, okay, we need to engage these guys. Only the gods knows why we're not. I was too distracted. Probably lost a fair amount of casualties, to be fair. Right, get you guys to flank. Mind you, it's not like I can really see all that well. Right, my cavalry's in skirmish mode now. So they're somewhat retreating. Right, we need my cavalry here to neutralize their units. Right, we're charging their spearmen. Should be able to rout them quite quickly. I wonder if we can get a clear shot through here. Aim for their onager then, or aim for their... Probably could get a pretty clean shot here. Yeah, that was pretty... What?! Oh, that's a lot better. still look kind of piss poor, I'm not going to lie. Right. We're going to push and take their artillery. Because we're still yet to do that. And we'll send these guys to deal with their cavalry.
They are trying to take out our general. Defend him. Ready for battle.
Oh, my cavalry's being engaged by my own artillery. Fall out. Get away from those spearmen. Jesus. Alright. Skirmishers are out of ammo there. Try to hit some of their pikemen from behind. They're routing. Couple of casualties being taken there. But how's the front line doing? Right, we're going to flank around here because these guys still aren't breaking. The enemy general has fallen. And that should be a massive morale penalty, of course. You guys all know that. I'll go with another precision shot here. Get a volley off 65 before the first initial volley. Yeah, maybe these guys aren't as good as I thought. Oh, that's probably the first initial volley, I'd say. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's not too bad. They are mercenaries. You got to give it to them, I guess. I want to get a couple of shots off with these scorpions, see if we can get some kills. The thing is, with scorpions, they go really low, not necessarily far. They need to be in the front lines if they're charging, so they're not actually that effective. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I'm gonna get my cavalry involved here. We need to get these guys routing. So, these pikemen are facing behind us. Alright, flank around here and hit these guys. They're broken anyway. Don't turn, don't turn. Right, we got them. Right, get out of there before they reform. Cavalry, I want you to run down their crossbowmen here. We'll go with the cinematic mode. And victory. Awesome stuff, guys. Let's end the battle there. A decisive one at that. This was a core of an episode. Holy shit, I thoroughly enjoyed it. We deployed 2,219. We lost 441. They deployed 2,666. And they lost over 2,000. What a victory, guys. I'm going to take the replenishment, the 13%. Because we are going to be in winter soon. And we are going to need it. So we'll quickly just get rid of the last of these Burgundians. I didn't actually think, because I didn't actually remember that the Emperor's not in any lands, so he's going to be in a bit of a tricky situation. Actually, I didn't check. Is he able to get into... We'll move my army here. Is he able to get into a fortified position? No! Ooh, that's not good. Because that will... well, going into fortified position, that will obviously... That makes him immune to desert, snow, and swamp attrition. However, guys, I'm going to do a save, and I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching if you watched all the way through. I really do appreciate it. Remember to leave a like if you haven't, subscribe as well. And this was an awesome episode. We're still continuing to push against the Scandinavian tribes, hopefully with factions, I should say. Hopefully with the help of the Abdanians. The Huns are being pushed back with the Rugians. There's been a peace treaty between the Huns and the Rugians, so maybe we'll see how this develops, I guess. It's kind of loose, so hopefully it doesn't affect me too much. We're going to push over and stop these, what even are they? They're Hispanic rebels, so a lot of stuff to look forward to. We're still at 20, wow, we're at 425 AD. What was our victory conditions? Survive to 245. We still need to control 10 more regions. We still need to take Lugaria. And we do need to produce the full amount. We do have the units. So we basically now need to save up for recolonizing this settlement, which cost 27,000. It costs more than that fucking technology we just upgraded. But nevertheless, we should have a couple of exciting battles against the Geats if they decide to manage to rally out or something. But nevertheless, I'm going to end it here. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.